In 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, Bob! Bob!
What?
Are you okay?
What was that?
Oh, well, Bob.
It's a Gundam.
It is.
He's just a
Legend! The WNBA is a joke. If you watch
True.
clips from the games, you'll quickly find that the boys' high school basketball team, on average, is a better display of skill.
The only thing that I find entertaining about WNBA is the social media posts about it and the people who are making money off of their failures.
3 or 4. There you go.
And let me tell you, the betting market for WNBA is insane.
Ooh, deeper. Come on now.
When you see women wearing shirts saying,
pay us what you owe us.
while the league itself loses millions of dollars a year, and you watch a woman double dribble her way to the basket without the refs doing a damn thing about it, it's shocking. Hell,
How do we make it more interesting? I know, let's add a bunch of men who are pretending to be women. They're actually fucking freaks. But let me tell you, this is going to be way more entertaining than watching WNBA.
I've seen Neon cook a WNBA pro player. Neon, the dude who's stuck in a 12-year-old boy's body, for Christ's sakes. Hell, Playboy Max Cardi, whatever the hell his name is, the dude is like 5'6", and he beat a 6'9" pro female basketball. It's no wonder that people only pay the WNBA attention when there's drama involved. The one sport women excel at.
Like Dildo Gate, where people were launching dildos on court. It was the most fun everyone's had with the NBA.
See the object, the block right there.
I remember
the
that.
object comes, that green thing bounces.
Yeah, the only time I ever see anything from WNBA is whenever some crazy shit happens. And it's not coming from the WNBA, you know. I'm giving my ad revenue view to whoever posts the clip, not the actual WNBA.
And it goes to the sideline. We're not exactly we're not sure where it came from. No room for any of that type.
Now we're in the Sophie Cunningham arc of the W. Basically, she pointed her finger at a black player, which was a cardinal sin apparently. White women in the WNBA are to be seen and not heard. They are to placate and talk about how black women have moved the sport forward.
With the life that I have now, as a white woman who leads a black-led sport and celebrated here, I want to show a light on black women. They don't get the media coverage that they deserve.
Stunning and brave.
Trust black women, they lead the way. Trust black women,
What the fuck?
they lead the way. White women, stop abandoning your sisters.
Great
Maybe
writing
occasionally
right
get
there.
knocked around. Such is the case with Caitlin Clark, the most hated woman in the WNBA, because she
I hear we got a new Caitlin Clark.
isn't total dog shit.
It started in 1996. First games played in 1997. It's 2024, and we're just really now talking about it. And so if Caitlin Clark is the vehicle that will bring this sport that I have loved so much and so long to
I
little
bet you
5-year-old
have.
girls playing in Harlem, I say yes, bravo.
I think she loves it in the background. She doesn't fucking watch WNBA. Are you serious? Get out of here with that shit.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. With that being said, I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege.
Nice argument, Senator.
What
Why
the
don't you
fuck?
back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the f up.
Like, I don't know what the hell that woman's smoking. Caitlin Clark looks like Shroud, unironically. I take it back. She looks like Kevin McDonald from in the hall.
Called pretty privilege.
Anyway, Caitlin Clark gets knocked out.
She's actually saying that white women are prettier than black women right there. That's fucking hilarious.
And again, this happens all the time. And then Sophie Cunningham began to start pointing at a black woman. And this woman, I will admit, had the nicest weave on the court.
That must have been an Asian in her head.
Hurry up and fight! I was just kind of pointing, and she's like, don't you point at me. And I was like, oh, shouldn't have said that. And I didn't say a word.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, we need to protect
pointing
this woman.
While the black woman crashed out was incredibly
Hell
funny.
yeah.
It then inspired memes that swept the internet in early July.
This is the most interesting thing to happen. Still, though.
The meme basically took off massively, making Sophie Cunningham a huge star almost overnight. She goes to girls' camps. All the little kids run up. They want to take pictures with her pointing. It was a white girl summer, children.
You guys have a point, aren't you?
Fuck yeah.
She was a ring girl for the UFC fight with Colin McGregor.
Where he came
I didn't
back
know
and
that.
took himself out with like 5 seconds and a waste of.
Oh,
The
yeah,
WNBA
that
Players
happened.
Union will not allow brands to monetize Sophie Cunningham's pointing due to the rules against profiting off of player conduct from a confrontation between our members.
What? Imagine if the NBA blocked the iconic Jordan silhouette on his shoe. I'm not saying she's on the level of Michael Jordan, but I am saying that silhouette on shirts probably could have made a lot of money for her help
missed
even
opportunity.
the WNBA by proxy.
Cash, fuck you. This is what it is.
Which apparently desperate for money, but per is
Yeah, they keep shooting themselves in the foot, though.
usual. It's run by retards that don't understand how capitalism works and how to.
Well, they don't like capitalism is the problem. They think that everybody should be giving the WNBA money. Every single person, probably tax money.
Anyway, she puts out some
Let's take all the money from the billionaires and give it to the WNBA.
shoes and they sell out instantly. They skyrocket in price and value.
But not her. Not her.
On the secondhand
Just the
market.
black
Why?
people.
I don't know. These are some ugly
And the trans people.
ass shoes, but it doesn't matter. The kids love them.
This is the ultimate white privilege.
They only love them because it's marketed to them, by the way. They don't actually know anything.
We've never seen an inconsistent role player get a shoe. Literally, the biggest thing she's ever done was
Like, my 10-year-old nephew was looking at some light-up Minecraft shoes. Like, come on.
pointing at a black one.
Then the alphabet people got into the mix. Sophie did an interview with ESPN where she didn't support transsexuals in women's sports.
Love her or hate her, Sophie Cunningham won't be ignored.
Let's skip all the crap.
I got a lot of negative feedback about me hating trans, and I'm like, I never said that. I think that I'm here to extend love, but I also think with that love is truth, being honest. And I want to protect young girls in the locker rooms or young girls in sports who shouldn't have to go against biological men.
Damn.
I'm very much in the middle. I agree with some things on both sides, disagree with things on both sides. And that's all I've ever said about my political beliefs. But you people love to assume.
Later on, she doubled down when she was questioned about the ESPN article.
I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense. And I think I'll always believe in that. I think it's really important to protect children. And that's little girls who are also involved in the category. I stand on what I said.
Hate crime. Hate crime.
And with that...
Yeah, every job that a trans person takes is a job that a woman's not going to have. Which, I don't know how I feel about that, honestly.
She was big.
Basketball's new anti-trans MAGA poster girl, Sophie Cunningham's firecracker stance against men and women's sports has caught Donald Trump's eye.
Message Sunday, 7:48 p.m.
This is Donald J. Trump. I just called to let you know, Gundam. Sophie Cunningham has very, very nice legs. I love them. Long, lengthy,
Okay.
delicious. But the poor thing, she doesn't have an ass. She doesn't have a butt. You know, I saw her sit down on the bench in the WNBA game, and the poor thing slid right off of the bench. It was very sad. She has a body like an Asian woman, with the legs of a guy. Okay, I gotta go. I ran on the other line.
Sophie Cunningham is Riley Gaines 2.0 times 10 more bigoted and transphobic despite looking like an actual trans herself.
Oh
I love
my
how the trans
God.
community is now using looks like a trans person as an insult now.
This jersey used to represent someone I...
Yeah, that's why they get mad whenever you say Dylan Mulvaney is a woman and you compare other women, like biological women, to Dylan Mulvaney. They'll be like, you're just a bigot.
respected as an athlete. Today it represents something I can't support anymore. Sports have the power to bring people together, but when someone uses their platform to demonize or marginalize an already vulnerable community, I have to decide where I stand. So today I'm not burning a person, I'm burning my support. As a trans woman, I've spent years fighting just to exist authentically. I won't spend $1 or another minute or another ounce of energy supporting people who contribute to making that fight harder.
Is this satire or is this real? I can't tell.
This isn't about hate, it's about accountability. My money.
Can you imagine how many lives this is going to be saving? Kids, you know, young queer folk.
The Alphabet Squad started protesting her games in Portland, which is a hellhole of a state, and I'm saying this New Yorker.
Sophie Cunningham was heavily booed in Portland. She knocks down a 3 and calls the crowd losers. Trans activists thought they could imitate Sophie Cunningham, blah, 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 blah. They flooded the stands with trans flags and booed loudly when she took the court. Some started making out as a form of protest against her. Comments about not wanting men in women's sports.
That's like, oh, gonna make out with my partner take that, Sophie. Like, this chick don't care.
Protect trans women! 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 Protect trans women!
Uh-oh, he's stuck in a goy loop. He's goy looping.
early in the morning here! This is too early!
Hell, nobody else cares. Dude, I don't even know. The video, there's like two groups of people protesting. I guess there's people protesting for Cunningham, and then there's the trans people protesting against Sophie Cunningham.
What are these losers doing, man? This is what they're doing with their lives?
At the end of the day, this is peak jobless behavior.
Right?
I love seeing the normal people.
Or they're getting paid for it.
People in the background pretending like they don't see the protesters, just getting on with their lives because you don't want to be pulled into this meaningless minutia. They were giving these
oh boy.
Protesters the same dismissive look that only the homeless people of Portland know. And then the New York Times put out some sort of article on a chick called Kate Noah, and I quote, she...
None of those people looked real.
Shredded Sophie Cunningham. I don't even know this chick existed. The fact that this is actually someone that SiriusXM pays shows the clear void of interesting radio personalities they now have. No wonder they hold on to Howard Stern-like grim death. This is why everyone watches streamers. No matter how scripted streamer content has become, the alternative is boring radio hosts overpaid to be mid.
In many contexts, but I think the most recent one was when she...
Man, how do I get paid to be one of these radio hosts? Oh, that's right. They will never get somebody like me because I won't listen to their bullshit and I won't push their bullshit.
She, barefoot contested her way across the...
You have to be willing to lie for Hollywood to be a part of Hollywood.
UFC octagon at the Conor McGregor fight. A guy who has been found, make sure I get the words right, Brady, civically liable. He's been found liable for both assault and sexual assault in a civil court in Ireland for an assault and
The real question is,
okay,
that happened to Sophie. Absolutely. Is she guilty by association just by showing someplace? This is female logic. It's best.
Issue is one we've talked about a lot on Casuals. I hope.
And also, he wasn't like criminally charged. We don't actually know what happened.
Now, if you listen to this podcast, you're aware of...
I don't care. I don't like Conor McGregor anyway, but still, just as an extension of how the fuck does this have to do with anything?
My stance and on what I believe is our stance on this issue. It's just very frustrating because the people who seem to be controlling the conversation are the people who are using this as some sort of a political hot button topic, that it behooves them to blow this out of proportion to seem like a bigger issue than it is.
Kind of like what you're doing right now.
Right, that's what I was about to say.
We're holding our feet to the fire over statements that ultimately don't matter if you're...
Yeah, nobody cares.
That it seems logical and obvious to them.
Who is watching this?
They're not anti-trans person, which it just says hating trans, which isn't what you would say if you consider them people. You're forgetting the people. You're just using
Yeah, I don't see them as people. I see them as fucking animals.
Descriptor. I don't hate trans people. And that might seem like a little thing to you, but to me that's the distinction, is because you are forgetting.
You are looking way too much into this because you are a politically captured freak.
You're talking about people.
That's how you know she's going on her soapbox right now. If she's really dealt with people, you'll find that some of them don't answer to normal gender heteronormative norms or some shit like that. They're like, oh, I'm a Z-zer, I'm a they, them, I'm a any. So when you try to just say people, even then, there's a shot you're saying something that would offend them. Because you, honest to God, don't know what gender or pronoun or NB they want to be called, for God's sakes. And let's not get into the puppy kitten south.
Little girls to have to go against biological men. Because on its face, that sounds like something is common sense. It's not what anybody's asking for. Nobody is saying we should get rid of, for example, the WNBA and the NBA, and everyone should just compete together. Prized about...
Well, that's legit what you're doing, though. Actually, that's not even true. You're going to have the men's NBA, and then you're going to have the WNBA that's full of women and freaks.
My beliefs. A lot of people like to think I'm right wing, and I'm not. I believe all different things, but this to me just seems like common sense. All you're telling us, Sophie.
All you're telling us is that if you do not follow the leftoid values to a T, you will be considered a MAGA chud right winger.
Is that you don't really have
Nazi
critical thinking
bigot.
skills, or that you aren't interested in employing them?
Well, that was an illuminating bit of word salad. It perfectly encapsulates the usual progressive argument tropes by pretending she didn't understand a word Sophie Cunningham said like she was another language, while also telling Sophie Cunningham that she needs to educate herself and that she should be ashamed of herself for being in a UFC fight because Colin McGregor was there. Okay, what do you want Sophie Cunningham to do, for God's sakes? Like, you want to be a ring girl? She's like, cool, whatever, hangs.
Yeah, the more that they talk about her like this, the more that they do this stupid shit, the more famous that Sophie Cunningham is going to be. She has transcended WNBA, and they can't handle it.
He's out, takes some photos, big laughs, everybody has a good time. No, she should have protested that, I guess. And even
oh man, this is the comeback for the blue-eyed, blonde-haired white women. Am I right?
If she did, you'd still be pissed off at her. Not to mention accusing Sophie Cunningham of trying to placate to the far right. Like, bro, the far right calls her a mud shark because I think she's dating a black dude. Like, this is how the progressives lose people.
You have Cheryl Reeves, the coach, wearing a shirt that says trans kids belong. They say that Sophie has aligned herself politically conservative because she has stood by the slogan of protect women's sports. That's it, nothing more, nothing less. If protect women's sports is deemed political like they say, then so is trans kids belong. The league often says they have a problem, people like Sophie bringing politics to sports. The league doesn't have a problem with politics. They have a problem with conservative politics in sports.
They cast them out.
Not even that. They have a problem with non-leftoid politics in sports.
Into the ether for a difference of opinion and then call them the biggest monsters that ever existed. And you know what's bad when Bill Maher and other political pundits from the left are starting to turn their back on the Democratic Party because it's being overrun with communists.
I am not going to be in the same party.
We told them. We tried to warn them that they were communists and it was getting worse because they're not hiding anymore.
With Hassan Piker. I can tell you that right now.
They're still kind of hiding things that they believe in because they're not allowed to say them online. But let me tell you, they do believe that anybody who's not like them should be killed.
If he becomes a force in the Democratic Party, I'm out of here.
This all reminds me of J.K. Rowling. That woman is on board with everything else the progressive left is shooting for, but one thing. And that one stance she drew the line in the sand for has made her a Nazi and a social pariah for the left. And I guess basically, my point is nobody cares about the WNBA.
Dude, you should see the insane things that people have been saying to me because I've been posting clips of Shoe on Head. They're talking about how she has become a MAGA fascist.
Sort of drama. And usually that drama centers around two white women, which makes the black lesbians really angry.